I just wanted to note, I think a great point that Michael brought up is the access to diagnosis, and families with mass health are significantly disadvantaged in the sense that they are getting the diagnosis later. They're waiting on long wait lists to get a diagnosis. And then once that happens, an even longer list to get in for services. And a lot of it can be tracked back directly to reimbursement rates. And if you look at, at the early end, something's wrong with your child, something's not going right, you need to get an assessment. It's not that there's so much a shortage of diagnosticians in Massachusetts per se. There's a shortage of those that are willing to accept the reimbursement rate that's being utilized for neuropsychological assessments. As an issue to that, then children wait extremely long periods of time in order to get a diagnosis. And then once that happens, they need to get access to treatment with authorizations and eligibility. And you add those delays and you have a child that's diagnosed 3, 4, and they're waiting and they end up going to school and they may not get the intensive treatment they need. It brings us to another problem in Massachusetts, which is boarding in hospitals. And so these rates have a direct impact on the quality of life for these families that are already disadvantaged in some regard. And a lot of the families on mass health are maybe low SES, maybe of different cultural backgrounds, may not have the same access as other children's and families with commercial insurances. And so these are critical pieces to consider when we're talking about access to ABA and rates. It begins far before we're even looking at the treatment. It's access and the barriers to that, and what happens to these kids when they don't get the quality treatment that they need.